Hey everyone, this is Gary with Easy Go Junk Removal. Hope you enjoy the video. Please like, subscribe, and share. So one thing I always do, and maybe y'all do it, I don't know, but if you don't, you might consider, and it's always about making connections. And one of the ways you can make connections, and you don't really even think about it, is when you drive by somebody who's sitting in their garage or walking their dog or whatever it is, or walking. I always smile and I wave, and 90% of the time they smile and they wave back, and it's literally a 1 to maybe 2 second interval, meeting. But the thing is as I pass by, they are looking at my truck and my trailer that is very well marked, and I leave an impression that way. So I would suggest doing that. All right, man, we are done with job number 1. Most of it is going to get donated or resold because it's just stuff. The stuff behind me where Joe is. Say hi, Joe. Hi. Most of that is going to be round 2. So she's doing this in sections, and it's been a pretty good job. Only one thing came out of the house, and that's that couch. So, hey, we are rocking and rolling this morning. Job number 1 is now complete. We have been pulling stuff out. There is a lot here that will be donated and some that will be sold. The majority of this load will be repurposed for sure. And we have our fillers out to a couple of people who might want a couple recliners. The rescue mission doesn't take those. They don't take single beds. We have a couple of those. And so we always are side hustling and making things happen, because that's the way business is done. Don't let an opportunity go by without making it happen. That's the way I look at it. $100 here, $100 there is real money. As you know, some of our garage sales are, well, most of our, all of them but one, are well over $1,000. So and then that happens just about once a month. So that is opportunities. More and more I move couches, the more I use that thing right there. If it's a wide berth that we can get it through and it's not a bunch of compound angles, we've been using a snot out of that, and then 4-wheeled up. So basically this couch, this is the second job of the day. We've already removed the cushions, but I'll hook this dolly right up to it and we'll be done. Easy peasy, easy go. One-man operation. We love it. And we just lift it up here, like so. Let that go. Pick up. Boom. It this way because it makes things go a lot easier. You can get around the corners and stuff. No weight. So that represents about a load and a half paid. I'm about ready to start my 3rd job, and you're going, where is all the stuff? What a cool story, man. Like I said before, Joanne's got an amazing power. She speaks 3 languages extremely well, and more if you want to push her. And this Mexican guy pulls off to a couch removal that we just did, a sectional, and he says, hey, what are you going to do with that? All in Spanish. I don't know what they're saying, but Joe does. And 10 minutes later, man, we got another $100 in our pocket. So instead of going to the dump, we definitely made another $100. So it's been a killing. And we also have another guy coming up at 3:30 to buy those mattresses and that sort of thing from Mexico, and we'll make another 130, $140. And that's how it is. The hustle never stops, ever stops. And so that's the way we roll, man. Especially when you have a wife with a superpower of speaking to another 40% of the people. Well, we are in job number 3. Beautiful views. Job number 3 in a mobile home park, and we're just going to probably pick up around a minimum, but we'll take it. It'll make a nice $700-800 day. not counting the things that we have sold. So basically this is it, man. I'm gonna do this box, that little bit of chain link, the buckets stay, that white overhead stove situation, just the lattice, everything else stays. And then there's a throne over there, a toilet, and I've taken out a 4-foot gate like that, and that lattice goes, and that lattice goes, and that's for a minimum charge. All right, man, this is the third time that we've done this customer, and the third time we've been called back, so it's a repeat. So 2 out of the 3 today were repeat, 3 out of the 4 yesterday were repeats, 3-peat, and tomorrow the 2 that we have on the books, are repeats. And so we love our repeat customers. As you can tell, I'm really focused on building those relationships, because they really do pay off, guys. Well, we're at the end of this one. What an easy day. Took almost an hour and a half lunch. It's not even 2 o'clock yet. I mean, it's not even 1 o'clock yet. Started at 8. I love this business. So in this video, as you can see, I used that red dolly quite a bit. And some of the tools that we use, especially when you're doing it by yourself, if you can get the legs off of a couch or a sofa, they usually will fit through a front door. And if you treat them like a dresser or a refrigerator on a dolly, they're quite maneuverable. Now we have it's a reefer dolly, what they call a refrigerator dolly, appliance dolly, on board our pickup, but I rarely ever use it. Unless something is really hard, I rarely use it. I usually use that red dolly. And that thing is rated, I think it's 1,200 pounds. It's at least, anyway, it's at least a 1,000-pound dolly. And I rarely ever lift anything like that. Otherwise, I just throw it on my back. But that being said, we use mostly that red dolly and a furniture dolly. And the furniture dolly is a 4-way swivel dolly. And that's, when you're by yourself, believe it or not, you can move out these overstuffed chairs. If the backs don't slip off, and most of them do, there's a little mechanism. You'll see where the Velcro sticks the back of the material. You can pull that off. It goes right. And there's 2 little like dog ear things, and you just lift the tabs on each one of them, and that back will pull off, and then you carry that out, but you can throw that base on a 4-wheel dolly. Well, some of the older chairs, they don't have that that back release that some of the newer ones do. So what I do is, on the side that the mechanism isn't on, meaning the lever to pull for a recliner, I put that on the dolly and I extend the chair in full length. I can get through 99% of all hallways, through 99% of all doors, all by myself without breaking a sweat. So that's a little tip. The garbage cans that we use, we have the ones with wheels on them. I prefer the ones without wheels because I like using that red dolly. The reason I like using the red dolly is, although we have a lot, and I'd say most of our customers, but 70% are all concreted or at least have asphalt. We also come across some that, it's rocky or whatever. And I just feel like that, those balloon tires of the red dolly are very easy to maneuver and to use. And I just have been using the red dolly quite a bit, and I prefer it. And so we put that, the heavy duty cans on that, and I wheel it around. So, for all that loose stuff that you snow shovel the crap into, and you can just, hightail it to your trailer, pull it up, dump it, and move on. So sometimes that's better than bags, especially the heavy stuff. And just shovel it, and then wheel it out. The little wheels on the cans don't last when you're hauling heavy stuff out, and so I use the dolly. And as I said in the last video, the other thing that I love using, and it's funny because I paid like I don't know, let's call it $120 for my battery operated blower, and I have had two of them come my way versus the free route. Meaning, I got one the other day that's maybe better than the one I bought, and in great shape. In fact, both of them may be better than the one I bought. So, and I laugh at that because I remember when Matt from Sonoma Strong Hauling, they did a video, and he says, "Don't buy any tools, man. It's all going to come your way." He is absolutely right. In fact, I've had Sawzall, literally Milwaukee Sawzalls come my way. I've had blowers come my way. I've had every sort of tool, shovel come my way. I don't have to buy garbage cans. I can't. I've thrown more garbage cans away than I know what to do with. So yeah, you just rakes, brooms. You should never have to buy a broom in your life. In fact, I threw a nice little house broom away today because I have so many of them. And push brooms, I've got several of those. I really use those because now I have now that I have the blower, it really makes sense. And yeah, so those blowers that I talked about getting free, they came with the battery chargers and the chargers, and I mean, it's the batteries and the battery chargers. So that is like free money, right? So that's pretty cool. So another thing is I can haul off any size of mattress fairly easy by myself. I'm working with someone. I use mattress straps. Those are things that I used when I worked at Beacon's Van Lines as a mover. That you just the straps just make it easier to pick. They also make the mattresses manageable. You can put them at the height that works for you. You can dip for doors. You can maneuver for stairways if you have to, hallways, etc. And it just makes it a lot easier. And they're like, I don't know, 15-20 bucks on Amazon. And here's another funny thing. We have two sets. The set that I the set that I bought at Amazon, and then the set that came free on a job. So I have two sets. Actually, I have 2.5 sets because I got another one and it came solo. So, and I don't know why I haven't thrown it away, but I still have it. So yeah, I have two sets. One I bought and one I didn't buy. So Matt, you're absolutely correct, because you wait long enough and you'll have everything you've ever dreamed of to do this business. And it's true. And I love when JoJo says, "Hey, don't throw away the the soaps and stuff," because we do the same thing, man. I can't tell you the last time we bought soap. It's just something you shouldn't have to ever buy, and it's not something you have to worry about, going bad, or something like that, because it's soap. Now, this is the other thing that I would have. Now, I have what they, and it didn't work for me the last time I used it because my battery was dead, but I have one of those jump boxes, and my jump box actually has a compressor in it. And I think I've told you in the past that I use Gimpler's, it's a sealant, and it's good for highway tires, meaning that speed. It's not like, the cheap slime stuff that, you go a certain speed and it breaks down. It's meant for like mowers or wheelbarrows and things like that. Well, every now and then you'll get a hole in there that will let out a lot more air than you want. And especially when you pull a screw or a tire, and it's going to seal itself. But if you have like the jump box that I have, it also has a compressor. I can fill that tire back up, and it's not like I'm down at all. What is it? 15 minutes max. If it's the worst case scenario, usually it just seals. I would put that in every tire you have, especially going to the dumps. I'm probably on 9 or 10 holes now in my new set of in my brand new set of tires, man. And it's just part of the nature of the game, right? And this came to play about a month ago. Yeah, about a month ago. I saw another hauler. He was off the side of the road. He had two on one side of his his dump trailer completely flat. He was dead in the water. He he's going to have to do something else, right? He's going to have to pop and plug it with a plug and all that kind of stuff, and hopefully have you know a compressor. I don't have to do that. All I have to do is pull the damn nail, drive a little bit, and it seals itself. And it seals itself up to 1/2 inch hole. That's a big hole, man. That's that's like that. That's a big hole, and this stuff will seal it. It's got a Kevlar base in it, and it's just really, really durable. And I've been using it since I bought the trailer. So these are my second set of tires, and I'm going to use it again and again. When I buy my truck tires, I'm going to put it in those too. So, yeah, better being prepared for the inevitable, because come on, man, we're either at a substation, transfer station, or the dump, and there's nothing but screws, tires, and barbed wire. Oh my! So I want to ask you guys, how are your goals going? This is what they call the heat of the season, right? We've got maybe 2 more months of what they call really, really fast going, then it starts to change a little bit. Hopefully not all at once, but it starts changing. What are you doing to make sure your off season is in gear? This is why we've hired an SEO guy and a guy to take care of our ads, and that is to get us on board for the slow season. I want to be in that number when everybody is scrambling. I want to be in position to being called enough to make a living, and just work on those ends, so I'm not dead in the water going, hey, Bueller, and nobody's there. Well, I want business, and so that's what I'm doing. I'm taking what we're making now and investing it in our future. And so what are you guys doing to do that? And again, my SEO guys, man, he's solid, man. He tell you, get your boots on the ground, and start. Now's the time. Get your boots on the ground and start banging on doors, because it isn't always going to be rocking and rolling and good times, man. It's inevitable in every business. There is just a slow time of the year. So that's what we're going to be focusing on. Definitely boots on the ground and SEO. So another thing that you always want to have on board your truck are tools. I can't tell you how many toolboxes I've sold. I've sold probably 25 this year, easily. And I'm talking nice metal ones, etc. And the amount of tools that have come my way, I get kind of the pick of the litter. So you want to make sure you have the Allen wrenches, standard and metric, to take apart desks, etc. You want to make sure you have a power drill. You want to make sure you have pliers, socket sets, screwdrivers, flat, Phillips, even the square heads and the Torx. You want those kind of things. Anything that you can save, you'll wind up using. You don't need a million, you don't need a snap-on, mechanics toolbox. You just need a small little toolbox that will carry the things that you need. You only need 1 or 2 Phillips, 1 or 2 straights, straight heads, maybe a couple of squares and Torx, common stuff, and vice grips and things like that, and then you keep those on board. And then you want a power drill, and then you want a sawzall, or a reciprocal saw. And I'm pretty good right now with the cord. I carry a 50 and 100 yard or 100 foot cord on my truck, and therefore I am able to pretty much tackle anything that I've ever run into. Eventually, I know that I will get a battery operated everything, and so that is on my wish list, and it will happen. Or it will just come my way because they seem to come my way. So I like it. What are you guys' things that have come your way? As far as, hey, I needed this, and boom. That little red dolly that you see, I have another one brand new, the same dolly in my back room that was free. I can't tell you how many dollies I've sold, but they are a lot. All right, man, it's Saturday and we are on the move. We have 2 on the books. Both are repeat customers, and we'll see what the rest of the day has to offer. It was a decent week with the article coming out last Sunday. We got some business out of there, and with the repeat customers, it's been a really decent world for us this last week. All right, man, job number 2. We have a sofa, 2 sofas, and one is a recliner sofa, so they're a pain in the butt and they don't come apart. And then we have a chair, recliner chair, another sofa, and a dresser. So it's about a third of a load, and they'll get charged for it, only because it is not an easy haul. I know what to charge. So what I like to do is put these on a dolly. It makes life a lot easier and less strenuous. This makes it a lot easier than with 2 people picking and trying to maneuver this. All the weight sits on these wheels like that, and you can move it all by yourself if you have to. And these big wheels down below, they'll go across these rocks, they'll go across bumps a lot easier than a reefer dolly. Just lay it down right here. There's a dolly pull. Pick it up. Easy peasy, man. Down. All right, man, so we just pulled this from the backyard on rocks with this, and we go upstairs and grab the dresser. All right, man, this job is completely done. Joe is closing up the last bit of it, and Joe has a bad wrist and arm. She injured it on the door closest to me, and she just poked herself. So this job is done and in the books. And nothing else is on the books that we know of, but we're getting, we're it's not even, is it even 9 o'clock yet? Probably not.
10 o'clock.
10 o'clock, okay.